If you are anything like me, you have a ton of creativity that lives within you. And you have an incredible ability to discern, to talk within yourself about whether or not something is worth doing or not, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. Within this creativity and this ability to discern, I would say, again, if you're anything like me, your ability to discern, those muscles of discernment, are a little bit stronger than those muscles of creativity. And in my experience, and what I'm learning more and more, is that it's important to have equal strength in our ability to discern and to have our creative urges and to trust them. This is Jacqueline Foster here of Feeling Good TV, and today I want to share a story with you about my own experience with creativity versus discernment and encourage you to use this and to go and to do your own experiments with creativity versus discernment. So it was a few weeks before Christmas, and I was walking by this boutique that I often walk by whenever I go for my morning walks. And in the window was this beautiful royal blue wrap dress. It was V-neck, went a little bit below my knees. It was a shape that I had been wanting to get more of for a long time, and it just looked perfect in the window. So I told myself, you've got to go in and try that dress. Now it was closed at the moment, so I couldn't go just then. So I actually looked at my calendar and figured out a time that I could go during that week before I was about to get on a plane, and possibly that dress was not going to be there anymore. Now, what's really interesting is I felt so much energy behind that. It felt really kind of new and exciting to try on this dress and to go into this boutique. It had a quality of so much newness to me and a way of doing things so different. So when I'm driving, I had picked my day, I was driving to the boutique, and there were those voices of discernment that came in really quite quickly. And they started to say to me things like, "Ugh, you don't shop in boutiques because they're expensive, and you don't really need any clothes. Most of the clothes that you wear, they're not dresses anyway. You don't need dresses." All of these voices came in trying to give me a practical, logical reason to just go home and to not walk into that boutique, okay? And what I had to do was take a moment and really say, okay, I have these reasons, this discernment sitting here, and I also have this creative urge that really came on strong, and I had this idea in my mind all week. Which one am I going to go with? And I decided to walk into the boutique. I figured I reminded myself that I had nothing to lose, that in walking into this place, I was still going to be safe. I wasn't in danger in terms of my health, which made it easier for me to say, okay, come on, we can do this. What's super curious and what was an amazing reinforcement for me was I went in and that dress was the only one left, period. She had sold out all the other dresses, and that one that she had left was my perfect size, and the price was so much less than I thought it was going to be. I had in my mind what appeared to me to be an astronomical price that it could be because it had some gold embroidery. I thought, oh, it's definitely going to be more expensive. And it was not. So I really, for myself, love this story because it's a reminder that so often when we have this creative urge, this spontaneous idea to do something different than we've been doing before, that voice of discernment that we are so used to listening to is going to speak up louder and louder, and it's going to encourage us to listen. But the more that we practice as well, listening to those creative urges, following them through, we get to see whether or not we're doing what we want to do, we're doing what feels good, but only through practicing listening to both the ability to discern and the ability to allow creative urges and to follow them through. We have to do both. We have to do both in order to build both of those muscles, to find out more of a balanced place to make choices and to really move into more of a space of living a life that we love, that involves some day-to-day adventure and creativity, as opposed to being stuck in this cycle of really discerning and being logical and practical. There is a place for it, but sometimes we can listen to it, dare I say, too much and really shut down our creativity. So my challenge for you this week is to practice listening to those muscles of creativity and to let that discernment be there, to listen to it, but to, if you know you're going to be safe, you know you're not going to get hurt in the act of what you're going to do, practice trusting that creativity and see what happens. Okay, wonderful. I would love to hear your stories with this and what happens as you practice listening to your creativity. And if you enjoyed this video, come on over to JacquelineLaceyFoster.com, where you can put in your email and you can sign up so I can send you these video blogs every week. You can also find more at hertube.tv. Wishing you an amazing day full of creativity and looking forward to sharing more next time. Thanks so much.